Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is March 28th, and we are going to take a look at Tesla stock from a technical analysis perspective. My goal in doing these videos is to help you understand how to use technical analysis to make better trading and investing decisions. But I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. Tesla is still going up. This is fantastic. So we are up $81.20 today. That's 8.03%. Closed at 1091.84. Post market, we are down. Well, it's moving a little bit, so we are down 84 cents right now at 1091. Last week we were right next to this first channel resistance that was used a lot in the past, a lot in the past. So we came right down to that resistance. So there was a possibility that the stock would be going down for a little bit of a pullback, because this is what the stock should do when it comes to resistance. So it was cautious time. Let's get ready with our strategies to cope with that pullback. If it's a big pullback, then do you need to get out a little bit? Do you need to buy a put, and so on. So we did not have to make that decision at all, because we did not break lower than 1,000, and the stock just shot up like crazy. And I really like when I see this. We had this resistance, this old resistance at 1054.69, and look at this perfection here. We have our candle right smack on that resistance. So this is validating that 1054.69 that was used in the past on October 28th, was used November 17th. It was used as support for these two dates that I gave you, but it was also used as a resistance right here on November 12th and on November 16th, blah, blah, blah. So this is now being used. So this is always nice to see this. So we have a nice green candle. We have a gap. We have a gap between where we were last Friday and where we are now. We have a nice gap. We have a higher volume than we had for Thursday and Friday of last week. Pretty much in line in terms of the volume from where we started, a little bit above 805. Let's go see the 1 hour chart to understand how this happened. We gapped up in the morning. We had an intraday resistance at 1080. We crossed that, came lower, then came higher, and now we seem to be stabilizing a little bit over it. Look at how steep this is. This intraday bull channel started, I would say, March 15th. And look at the steepness here. This is very steep. And on Friday, we came out of it. We came out of it on Friday, and I'm going to remove this one. This is from my daily chart. So we came out of it on Friday, but stayed within the congestion zone between 987 and 1025. And today we just shot up and continued. Look at this. We continued on the same slope. So Tesla is really on a tear, most likely because Elon has been talking about doing a stock split. And let's read this here. So on March 28th, Tesla announced its plan to request stockholder approval at the upcoming 2022 annual meeting of stockholders for an increase in the number of authorized shares of common stock through an amendment to the company's amended blah, 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 in order to enable a stock split of the company's common stock in the form of a stock dividend. So I am a little bit confused, because the stock split changes the amount of stocks you own. So there was a stock split, I think last year for Tesla, a 5-to-1 stock split, if I remember correctly. So if you own some Tesla shares, you own 5 times more shares, but the price would be divided by 5. So that overall you would get the same amount of value, but just more shares at a lower price per share. But now this is talking about the stock dividend. So I think we are going to need to do some digging a little bit to understand what this is exactly. So a stock split, usually, even from a technical perspective, a stock split lowers the amount of dollar per share. And usually the thinking is that the stock is going to climb back up to the same amount post-split as it was pre-split. And the thinking is that there's a psychological effect to have Tesla at around $1,000. So if we split 4 ways at 250, then people still have this $1,000 in mind, and the stock will eventually go back to 1,000. So anyway, there's the psychological aspect of it. And also there's the fact that with a lower stock price, a lot more people are going to be able to afford even buying one share of Tesla. So this should increase demand for the stock. So this is good news. So let's look at our indicators. So stochastic at 98, extremely high. MACD, we now have the 2 lines of MACD that are above 0. So this is our second green thumb up. RSI even broke into overbought territory. When it does that, it does not mean that we need to sell. It just means that the stock is really going up high. Like it did last October, RSI became overbought on October 13th. So this is approximately right here. And then the stock continued like crazy from 820 to $1,200. So being overbought does not mean that it's going to come down soon. We should notice when the RSI comes out of the overbought zone. So that's an interesting point that we are going to look at. But so far, from a technical perspective, everything is super great. And we also had DMI not too long ago. Let's just ride this pony to the horizon and count our blessing. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. You can click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.